section. And I decided that I would change it up a bit because there's two ways to can beans. And I usually do the dry pack method, but I thought for kicks and giggles, I got this new canning book a couple months ago, and I've been flipping through looking at recipes, and I thought, well, you know what, I'll use their directions. And this book is Home Preserving Bible, and so I'll post a link to this book in the description box below alongside my new canner that's on its way. And so you can see how wonderful. The price is absolutely outstanding on both these items, but there'll be links right down in the show more box below, so just look down there. This has you soak the beans. Now you can overnight soak them 6 to 8 hours in cold water, or you can do a quick soak. And I did a quick soak this morning on the stove. And so all that means is that I rinsed them, picked through them really well, brought it up to a boil for 3 minutes, turned it off and let it sit. And it's been sitting there honestly a couple hours. So we're bringing this back up to a nice simmer for 30 minutes, and then we're going to start jarring it up. And our 30 minutes is almost up, but I wanted to start you off here and let you know. I've got a combination of the metal lids and Tadler lids. So we'll use both of those today. I've got my vinegar water right here. My canner is heating. I've got a sink full of sanitized jars that ran through the sanitized section on the dishwasher. They're sitting in hot water in the sink. So we're ready to go. All I gotta do is get that bucket of beans over here and we'll get to jarring them up. All right, guys, so I'll be right back. Make sure that you, after you've soaked them, you dump that all out, rinse them off really well, and start with fresh water for that second bring it to a boil kind of thing. And the reason you want to do that, so you don't have mucky, it takes some of the starch out, I'm thinking. So we'll see. I haven't done this method in a very long time, and I thought, you know, I'll just show you this method, and then maybe next time when I get my new canner, we can try the other method. And so you're going to fill them to 1 inch of headspace, and I'm going to go a little bit below that and add a little more water, or what's in here. Just because these beans still have to expand, and I do have a kettle with hot water. I could probably use that too. They do have some expansion to do still, and I don't want my jars to be overfilled. So go ahead, and there you go. So you want to make sure that you debubble, and I wish I would have brought my debubbler, but we'll debubble with the end of this. Everything's clean, and because it's pressure canning, ooh, hot stuff in there, we're going to go ahead and dip in vinegar, wipe the rim of your jar, make sure one last time there's no nicks or anything on it, because that would fail your seal, and then we'll get a canning jar. So we're going to put this in the canner to wait for the rest of the jars. So when I get my jars all filled, we're going to go ahead and show you what the inside of that canner looks like and get you started. These are going to can just like meat. It's a low acid food, so they're going to can for, I'm going to go for 90 minutes. There isn't a measurement for the 1.5 pint jars, which I'm using. So you always go to the side of safe, and that means the quart size amount. So let's get the rim wiped off, and I'll get the rest of these done and bring you guys in for a close-up of the canner before we get it started rocking and rolling. All right, guys, canning's really, really easy. You guys, I hope you try it. It's super addicting, though. You gotta be careful. I just don't, I'm trying not to buy canned products. Like, why would I buy pinto beans when I can buy a huge bag for a couple of dollars? Okay, so the canner is full, as you can see. We've got 8 1.5 pint size jars. So they're as tall as the quart size, but they're not as wide. And so you get one more jar in there. It's a great size for beans. I've used these for all my vegetables because a pint jar isn't always quite enough. But pint jars are plenty for beans as well. So it just depends on the recipes. But when we make refried beans, I need a couple of these. So that being said, let's get the lid on. We've checked our gasket, our vent hole, everything is clear, and we're going to get the lid on and let it vent for 10 full minutes. Then we're going to bring it up to 15 pounds of pressure, and that's for my altitude of 4,500 feet above sea level, and let it rip. As soon as it starts jiggling, we'll start the timing and time it for 90 minutes. Okay guys, so the canner has come down off of pressure. It went for 90 minutes, and I just let it come down on its very own. You don't ever want to try to rush that process. And taking the lid off, and the jars are still extremely hot, so you have to be careful. Look at that. They're still boiling in the jars, and what a beautiful sight that is. And then on the Tadler lids, you want to go ahead and give it another little tightening, if you will. Ah, they're beautiful. Okay, the jars are nice and full, but they don't look like they're over full. There's still that headspace. I'm super excited about that. You can see in there, there's room, so we have a success. I'm so excited about this. And pinto beans, I mean, I priced them the other day for a little can in the store, 15-ounce can, and in reality, you're probably only getting about 12 ounces of beans for, I think, 88 cents was the cheapest I could find. And honestly, I don't know, I just rather have something I make. There's no salt added, so we have low sodium. It's a nice healthy protein, and we're good to go. Just super excited. So now I've shown you in videos 2 ways to can beans, the dry canning method, and now this where you pre-soak the beans. And this jar was the last one that I did. It doesn't have quite as many in there, but it's still okay. I'm okay with that. And so I'll let these rest here till tomorrow morning, and then I'll take the rings off, wash the jars, check all my seals. Before I go to bed tonight though, I like to check the Tadler lids. So as soon as these have cooled down and you can touch them, oop, I hear a ping. I'll take the rings off and test the lid, because if one of them hasn't sealed for any reason, like this one's all bowed up, but I've seen that before and it ends up sucking me back down. If they don't for some reason seal, I'll put them in the refrigerator and we'll use them up right away. Let's get the ones with the regular lids, and we don't want to tighten those down. That's never a good idea. I've done that just out of habit of having Tadler's processing, and it'll spit and spew at you. You don't want to do that. And it could, you know, ruin your seal. So I have 8 1.5 pint jars, and I'm absolutely thrilled with this. So I so hope it inspires you to maybe try some canning. Canning beans got to be the easiest thing you could do. I think pressure canning is really easy, and it's so good to put things back that you can save a lot of money doing so. These were pennies on the jar. I did not figure out how much, but if I do that before I upload this video, I'll put it in the description box. Be sure and check the link in the description box, because it's a link to my new canner on Amazon, and it should be here Monday. I'm super excited, and yeah, go check out that link and go say hi on Facebook. All right, guys, it's time to make dinner, so I better get going. I'll see you next time.